Who is your God? Who is my God? Is it a different God in every religion? Because that's what we're kind of taught. I saw not too long ago a lady saying, oh, they're Muslim, they're praying to a different God. Or even closer, I had a friend of mine that's Jewish religion, that said, oh, I can't go with you to a Christian church because you are praying to a different God. No, that is the confusion of man. The religion is of man. That is the confusion. When there is confusion, there is separation. The religion has, and I'm just going to tell you from my experience, I was born and raised Catholic because for 500 plus years, my family were Catholics. But before that, we were the original Christians, followers of Jesus. That's all it was. When Jesus was crucified, my family took off to preach the gospel of Jesus, to preach the truth about God, Elohim, the way Jesus called upon him. Once we got to Portugal, around the 1500s, Inquisition was high and mighty. They would kill you in the name of Jesus, in the name of God. But because we were Jewish blood, even if we pretended to be Catholic, they would want to kill us because we were not following their complete straight arrow religion. I can only tell you from my experience. I know what feels right. I know what is wrong. The commandments are there. We know what is to be right and what is to be wrong. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. If you have to do it in the shadows, in the darkness, it is wrong. You know it because God lives within. He's in here. He is part. He's that sun. He is all of life. He is in every speck in this tree behind me, in all living things. It is our actions that matter. So if I, Almighty, say, oh, I am following God and I am doing God's work, but I'm going to try to kill you? No, that is not correct. That is not right because killing is not of God. Living is of God. Doing good work is of God. I know what's right and what's wrong. Children know what's right and what's wrong. Religion is just to confuse the mass, to separate. Now you have to understand that it's been embedded so hard on all of us that, man, even Christians, I'm not going to say we're all just individuals trying to follow the right way to connect. I'll go back to the Muslims, right? Muhammad connected, he's a prophet. He connected to God and he did things the way God told him to do it. Now everybody wants to follow Muhammad in a Muslim religion. But that's not right because you're supposed to follow God. He just gave you kind of like a rundown of what it was. I'll give you another example that I know to be very true. As a Latina Mexicana, raised to be Catholic and believing in the saints, I was raised to pray to many of the saints. El Santo Toribio. They make miracles. You pray to them. Miracles happen. When they were alive, these saints made miracles like Jesus, right? They brought people from the sick to not being sick anymore. So they're saints. They become saints. And so then all of a sudden we're praying to the saints instead of doing what the saints did. The saints prayed to God, and that's why they created miracles. It wasn't them. It was the work of God. So now we follow the saints. I always knew in my heart that that was not right. And I would tell my mom, I'm not going to pray to the saints. I'm not going to pray to the middleman. I'm going to go straight to the boss. God, the creator of all, the creator of you, the creator of me. When we realize the truth that we're all praying to the same God, and we know what's right and what's wrong, and we go with what we know, it will be a better world, because we'll be connected and we'll remember that we are all the children of God. Now, I will tell you that I have friends, and I call them family, of every single religion. Catholics, Muslim, Jewish, everything. Every single I can talk to anybody and understand, because I understand their truth, their light. It doesn't mean that I'm going to follow them. I know what I need to follow. I need to follow my Creator that lives within and lives within you. So let's get rid of the confusion and remember what we are actually doing. Don't worry about all the distractions. Don't worry. Don't fear, because that is all part to disconnect you. So remembering and knowing that we're praying to that God, the Creator of all, is important. When I pray, and I'll tell you, I don't want you to follow me. I want you to follow God. But when I pray, and I pray every single day and every moment I can, I am very specific to what God I am praying to, because there is also many that pray to other gods and other saints. I call him by his name, by the name that Jesus called him. Elohim, Eloha. That's what I call him. I call upon the Creator of all living things. That's who I pray to. Who do you pray to?